After I almost died, I thought to myself, this can happen again at any second, and I better hurry up and start living life the way that I want to live.
DreAllDay.com.
I had this dream last night that I was in this house with 50 Cent. I was in this house with 50 Cent, the rapper, and there was people trying to kill him. It's people trying to come after him and kill him, not like brazenly coming after him with guns blazing, but they were trying to get inside the house so they could do their business, do what they needed to do with the guns. And I was with 50. I was on his team, not supposed to be, but I was on his team trying to help him out, trying to keep him alive. We had all these guns in the house. And I'm like, I didn't even know how to handle the guns. I'm like, shit, these joints even got bullets in them? And then we ended up getting into a gunfight in the house. Turned out it was some people in the house who had guns. We shooting at them, they shooting at us. And I remember waking up from the dream, like relieved that that wasn't a real situation. I started thinking about 50's book. He got a book called The 50th Law that he wrote with Robert Greene. It's one of my top 5 books of all time. One of my top 5 is on my podcast, episode number 69. And one of the things that Robert Greene did most of the writing for the book. And one of the things that Robert Greene talks about in the book is that the whole point of the book is trying to help the reader understand the fearlessness, the level of fearlessness that a guy like 50 Cent lives his life with. Because everybody knows the story of 50 Cent. He was coming up rapping in New York and he got shot 9 times, survived the gunshots, and then came back, started G-Unit, his whole mixtape movement, and as they say, the rest is history. And the thing with 50 is, he says this in the book, he says it in his interviews. I've listened to probably all 50's interviews, and one of the things he says is, when you get shot the way that he did, where most people end up dying, you get shot 1 time and die. He got shot 9 times at very close range and survived. One of 2 things can happen. Either A, you get consumed by the fear, because shit, you almost died, then you may go through the rest of your life afraid of everything, because you almost died this one time, it almost happened then. You can look at everything through the lens of, damn, something else might happen, something else to be afraid of, something else that could possibly be a threat. You look at all of life as a possible threat because of you face the ultimate threat, which is losing your life. It ain't nothing worse than that. There's nothing that can happen to you that could be a worse situation than not being alive. All right, you could be broke, you could be in the projects, you could not have your parents, you could lose your job, your business can collapse, you could break your leg. At least you live through all of those things. Dying is the worst. He said you can either be consumed by that fear, or you can go the opposite direction, and knowing that you survived that, being shot at, somebody trying to kill you, you survived that, nothing can ever bother you. You're not worried about a business deal going wrong. You're not concerned when some rapper makes a song dissing you. It don't bother you when you had a friend who no longer wants to be a friend for whatever reason. They go flip and start going against you when they used to be all for you, used to be on your team. Nothing can bother you when you get to that point. Like, yo, I survived the ultimate possible thing to be afraid of, which is losing your life. There's nothing anybody can say to me, there's nothing anybody can do to me that can bother me. And there's one thing that he says in the last chapter of the book, actually the last text of the book, it says, after I almost died, this is 50 talking, after I almost died, I thought to myself, this can happen again at any second, and I better hurry up and start living life the way that I want to live. And I remember waking up this morning, I rode my bike this morning, I did like an 18-mile bike ride this morning, and as I'm riding, I started thinking about that. Like, what if somebody had tried to kill me yesterday, and I survived? Like, I'm alive, so I didn't die, but what if somebody had tried to kill me? Somebody had, like, intentionally tried to kill me. I'm not talking about you get a disease that you survive, or you get in a car accident, because that wasn't supposed to happen. Not to say that those are okay. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But what if somebody had tried to kill me, take my life, but I survived? What could I possibly be afraid of after that? What could possibly bother me after that? And then I started thinking of the things that I go through on a daily basis. Business phone calls, trying to close deals, working with different people and different personalities, talking to people just on a daily basis, dealing with some asshole on the customer service line at some company that I call, going to some business and not getting the kind of service that I want to get. Somebody saying something to me that I don't like, or me having to deal with a person in a way that maybe makes them uncomfortable. What could possibly bother me if I had almost got killed the day before? Making a cold call. A lot of people don't want to make cold calls, especially entrepreneurs. They're the ones who usually got to make it, while people work at companies, but entrepreneurs don't want to make phone calls to build and expand their business because they got all these excuses. I don't want to bother people. I don't people think I'm a salesperson. I don't know what to say. And I think about that. I don't have that problem, but everybody deals with call reluctance. We just don't feel like doing it. And when I say call, I don't necessarily mean on the phone. This could be walking into a business. It could be pitching somebody on your product. It could be tweeting somebody, sending somebody a DM on Instagram, sending somebody an email who you don't know. All these things that people slow themselves down from doing because of some tiny level of fear somewhere deep within us. I start thinking to myself, if I gotten almost killed yesterday and I survived it, or almost killed a year ago and I survived it, I got a new lease on life. What would I do that I'm not doing right now? What would I not be afraid of that somewhere deep down inside of me, I wouldn't verbalize it, but I'm afraid of right now? What moves would I make? What would stop bothering me? What are the things that I got to bother me now? I'm driving in Miami. People be driving crazy like they ain't got no sense. What would I not let bother me anymore if I knew I had survived almost dying? I wouldn't care about somebody beeping their horn at me in traffic. I wouldn't care about somebody not putting on their turn signal and cutting me off in traffic. I wouldn't care about somebody not saying hello back to me when I say hi to them in the elevator. None of that shit would bother me if I'd almost died yesterday and I survived it. Why? Because now I understand the impermanence of life, and I understand that if I can survive that, then it ain't shit that could possibly get under my skin. It ain't shit that can bother me. It ain't shit that can slow me down. And that's what I've been thinking about all day. And I made this video to possibly, maybe some of y'all could really understand that. If you never read the book, The 50th Law, go get that book. Because I just told you the name of it. The 50th Law is Robert Greene and 50 Cent. Robert Greene is my favorite author of all time. And that's all I want to give to you right here. Maybe you'll do something with this, maybe you won't, but you can't say it was never given to you. Work on your game. Dre all day.